Have you ever wondered why the present moment feels so elusive, yet holds such profound peace when you truly encounter it? What if the secret to true freedom lies not in changing your circumstances, but in fully experiencing the now? The present moment is not just a fleeting point between the past and the future. It is the only reality that truly exists. Every experience, every thought, every emotion occurs in the now. Yet, the mind often resists this truth, preferring to dwell on the past or anticipate the future. This resistance creates a disconnect between what is real and what the mind constructs as reality. To truly understand the power of the present, it is crucial to see through the illusions of time. Time, as a mental construct, serves practical purposes, but it also traps people in cycles of regret and worry. The past becomes a story replayed endlessly in the mind, while the future is a projection shaped by hopes and fears. Both are mental abstractions that take you away from the immediacy of life. The present moment, however, is free from these layers of mental noise. It is pure, unfiltered, and filled with potential. Living in the now does not mean ignoring past lessons or future responsibilities. It means engaging with them through the clarity of the present. When you are rooted in the now, past experiences lose their emotional charge, and the future becomes a canvas of possibilities rather than a source of anxiety. The present moment holds the secret to true freedom because it is the space where life unfolds. It is the only place where peace, creativity, and joy can be experienced. To access this power, one must learn to quiet the mind and step into the richness of what is here and now. The human mind is a master of distraction, pulling attention away from the present moment with a constant stream of thoughts. It clings to memories of the past, replaying them in an effort to find meaning or resolution. At the same time, it projects into the future, imagining scenarios that often evoke fear or anticipation. This relentless activity creates a barrier between you and the present, leaving you disconnected from the world around you. The mind's attachment to time is rooted in its need for control. By fixating on the past, it tries to rewrite what has already happened, clinging to guilt or nostalgia. By obsessing over the future, it seeks to prepare for every possible outcome, driven by the illusion that it can shape what has not yet occurred. In doing so, the mind keeps you trapped in a cycle of thought, unable to fully experience the moment at hand. Eckhart Tolle describes this mental noise as the ego's way of maintaining its dominance. The ego thrives on time because it draws its identity from the stories of who you were and who you aspire to be. It resists the now because the present moment exposes the ego's fragility. In the now, there is no narrative to uphold, no identity to defend, just the stillness of being. Recognizing these patterns allows you to step out of the mind's grip and into the freedom of presence. Fear is one of the most pervasive emotions that keeps people from experiencing true freedom. It is almost always tied to the future, fear of what might happen, what could go wrong, or what the unknown holds. This anticipatory anxiety robs you of peace, anchoring you in a state of tension. Yet, fear cannot exist in the present moment. When you bring your full awareness to the now, fear dissolves, replaced by clarity and calm. In the present, challenges and uncertainties still exist, but they lose their power to paralyze. You approach them with a sense of calm because you are no longer caught up in imagined outcomes. For example, a looming deadline or a difficult conversation becomes less intimidating when you focus on what you can do in this moment, rather than spiraling into worry about what might happen later. The present gives you the clarity to act, unclouded by fear. Eckhart Tolle emphasizes that fear is a product of the mind's attachment to time. By stepping into the now, you transcend this attachment and reclaim your power. Fear thrives in the absence of presence, feeding on the gaps where the mind wanders. But in the now, there are no gaps, just the immediacy of life. This presence allows you to face even the most difficult situations with courage and composure, knowing that freedom lies in responding to life as it unfolds, rather than reacting to the mind's projections. Stillness is often misunderstood as passivity or inaction, but it is far from either. True stillness is the quiet awareness that exists beneath the mind's chatter. It is the state of being fully present, where thoughts arise and fade without dominating your experience. This stillness is not something you need to create. It is already within you, waiting to be recognized. In the stillness of the now, the mind's constant activity slows down. You begin to notice the spaces between thoughts, the gaps where awareness shines through. These moments of presence reveal the truth that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness observing them. This shift in perspective is liberating, as it breaks the identification with the mind and its endless stream of worries and judgments. Eckhart Tolle describes this stillness as the essence of who you are. It is not a state to achieve, but a realization to uncover. In this stillness, you find freedom, not by escaping the mind, but by no longer being controlled by it. The present moment becomes a sanctuary, a place where you can rest in the peace of being without the weight of the past or the pull of the future. This stillness is the foundation of true freedom, a space where you are fully alive and unburdened by the constructs of time. Joy is often thought of as something to be pursued, a reward that comes from achieving goals or fulfilling desires. But true joy is not a destination. It is a state of being that arises naturally when you are present. In the now, joy is not dependent on external circumstances. It comes from the simple act of being fully engaged with life as it is. When you are present, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The sound of birdsong, the feel of the sun on your skin, or the taste of a meal takes on a richness that is often overlooked when the mind is elsewhere. These moments of presence reveal the beauty and depth of life, reminding you that joy is not something to be chased, but something to be experienced. Eckhart Tolle teaches that joy in the now is not fleeting or superficial. It is a deep, abiding sense of peace that remains even in the face of challenges. This joy comes from the realization that life is not happening to you, but through you, unfolding moment by moment. By anchoring yourself in the present, you discover that joy is not an outcome, but a constant presence, waiting to be felt. Despite its simplicity, living in the now can be surprisingly challenging. The mind resists the present, preferring the familiarity of past narratives and future fantasies. This resistance often manifests as restlessness, boredom, or the urge to distract yourself. Overcoming this resistance requires awareness and patience. The mind's resistance is rooted in its fear of stillness. In the now, there is nothing to control, no problems to solve, no identity to uphold. This can feel unsettling because it strips away the layers of thought that the mind uses to define itself. But by observing this resistance without judgment, you begin to disarm it. Each time you return to the present, you weaken the mind's grip and strengthen your connection to being. Eckhart Tolle emphasizes that the key to overcoming resistance is not to fight it, but to acknowledge it. Resistance is part of the mind's nature, and it will arise from time to time. By meeting it with curiosity and compassion, you create a space where presence can flourish. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, allowing you to live more fully in the now. Living in the present moment is not just a personal practice. It has the power to transform every aspect of your life. When you are present, relationships become more meaningful because you truly connect with others, free from the distractions of the mind. Work becomes more fulfilling as you engage with each task fully, without the pressure of deadlines or outcomes. Even challenges become opportunities for growth, approached with clarity and resilience. The ripple effects of presence extend beyond your personal experience. When you live in the now, your energy influences those around you. Your calm and centered presence creates a space for others to do the same, fostering a sense of peace and connection. This ripple effect is not something you need to force. It happens naturally as a result of your alignment with the present. Eckhart Tolle reminds us that presence is the key to true freedom because it liberates you from the limitations of time. It allows you to experience life as it is, not as the mind perceives it to be. By living in the now, you align with the flow of existence, where synchronicity and intuition guide you effortlessly. The transformation is not about changing your circumstances, but about changing how you experience them, revealing the beauty and depth of life in every moment. Presence has an extraordinary ability to heal, not only emotionally, but also physically. When you live in the now, the body and mind find alignment, creating an environment where natural healing can occur. Stress, often caused by living in the past or worrying about the future, is a major contributor to physical and mental health issues. By stepping into the present moment, you reduce this stress, allowing your body to function more effectively and your mind to find peace. In the now, you are not consumed by regret over what has been or anxiety about what might come. This shift creates a state of relaxation that supports healing. For instance, chronic tension held in the body often dissolves when the mind quiets. The release of this tension can lead to better sleep, improved digestion, and enhanced immune function. Emotionally, the present moment provides a space where suppressed feelings can surface and be processed without judgment. This acknowledgement of emotions allows for deeper healing and greater self-understanding. Eckhart Tolle describes the now as the only true place where healing happens. When you stop identifying with the mental stories that perpetuate pain, you break the cycle of suffering. This does not mean ignoring your challenges, but approaching them with presence and acceptance. Even in moments of physical discomfort or emotional struggle, being fully present with the experience can transform your relationship with it. Pain loses its grip when met with awareness, and healing becomes possible when you are no longer resisting the moment. Creativity flourishes in the present moment. Whether you're an artist, a writer, or simply someone looking to solve a problem, the now is where inspiration and innovation are born. The mind, when stuck in past patterns or future concerns, often stifles creativity with fear of failure or overthinking. Presence, however, allows ideas to flow freely, unburdened by these constraints. When you are fully present, your awareness sharpens. You notice details, patterns, and connections that would otherwise go unnoticed. This heightened perception becomes the foundation for creativity, enabling you to approach challenges with fresh perspectives. For example, a painter might find inspiration in the play of light on a surface, or a musician might discover a melody in the rhythm of daily life. These moments of insight arise not from forcing ideas, but from being attuned to the present. Eckhart Tolle highlights that true creativity comes from beyond the mind. It emerges from the stillness of being, where thought gives way to intuition and spontaneity. By living in the now, you access a deeper reservoir of creativity that is not limited by the ego's fears or expectations. This presence allows you to create authentically, expressing the essence of who you are without interference from the mind. Whether in art, work, or everyday life, the power of creativity in the now transforms not only what you create, but also how you experience the act of creation. The present moment is more than a concept. It is the essence of true freedom. By stepping out of the mind's attachment to past and future and anchoring yourself in the now, you unlock a peace and clarity that transcends circumstances. The journey into presence is not about escaping life, but about fully embracing it, discovering the infinite depth and beauty of existence as it unfolds moment by moment.